Alright, today I'm going to make a baby rattle. A complete baby rattle. I'm not going to give up if the handle doesn't come out. I'll just start the video over. I'm going to use a 3/4 inch skew, maybe a 1/2 inch skew depending. This is a piece of ash. It's approximately 1 3/4 inches square. It's not completely square. Came out of a big 10-inch diameter piece of ash. I turned lots of ash here in Houston back in the 60s when the houses in my neighborhood were built. The developers planted a lot of Arizona ash because it grows very fast and it's a pretty attractive tree, I guess, if you're into that kind of thing. Anyway, I turned lots of ash, I turned lots of elm, I turned lots of Chinese tallow. That's what they call a pioneer tree. It grows very quickly and is not a very attractive wood, but it's nice to turn. Anyway, this is ash, same stuff to make baseball bats with. It's very hard, very durable. This piece is very dry. See? But that's what I've got to work with. I really hate buying wood. I'm really jealous of those of you who live up north where you get to turn lots of walnut, cherry, maple. If I want to turn cherry, maple, or walnut, I have to buy it. And by the board foot, it's pretty expensive. It's also dried, so very chippy and dusty. This is going to be a little bit chippy, but it won't be terribly dusty because it's been air drying in the shop for I don't know how long. This is an offcut from, I think I made a table leg or something out of it, and it's what's left. Anyway, here goes. Diameters are not critical. I've got in my head an idea of what looks good, and that's what I want to use. Moving the rest in closer so I can get my finger hooked underneath. Watched my last video. It was about this point that I ran into trouble. It was a knot. This is a very clean piece of wood. Got a catch. I'll have to clear that up in a second. I'm shooting for a more or less even cove. I want it to come under evenly. A fair curve, what they call. Both buildings. I don't build boats because they're not round. If boats are round, you make them all late, I would. Bead's not completely round. That's better. The diameter of the cove on both sides of the bead needs to be as close as you can get it. It should look like the cove flows underneath the bead. bead should look like it was just snapped on. And that looks good. Do a little bit of and that's more or less typical of the surface I get off the tool. Sanding, starting with a bit of 120 grit, just to smooth the curve. Keep your paper moving or you'll cut grooves in it. Also removing the facets on the bead. Also need to turn the end down. I'm going to do that after I sand. This is tricky. I don't want to break it off. I think I'll just keep doing what I was doing. One of the things I like to do is to hide any evidence of the work. I don't want to see obvious center marks or things from the drive centers. I don't want to see any of that on my work. Rather, I don't want anybody else to see that on my work. Not because I'm trying to hide how it was done, just because it looks like I took the time to finish it, which I have. You know, it takes an extra 2 minutes to remove the ends remove the marks on the ends from your work, but it looks like so much more time was spent. You can spend an hour on a piece, or more than an hour on a piece, and the first thing anybody sees is those little marks. And if you're anything like me, and you turn more for other turners when they pick up your work and look at it than customers don't notice stuff like this. Most of them don't. Some do, I suppose. This diameter is critical because this is going to be the spigot or the tenon that goes into the hole that I drill in the ball. Critical, I mean, I've turned hundreds of these and I know about how big a hole I want. Alright, so we'll part off. One more, let's check one more time, make sure this is ready to go. That fast. Let me clean that up. All right. All right, gonna part off. Always do it this way, but I'm going to do it this way right now. It's kind of an experiment. I'm turning way too fast to be drilling, but I'm not going deep. And check to see if that works. That's going to be perfect. Now, you have to see about how big to make the ball. Just trying to make it proportional. I'm not after a particular size. Consumer Product Safety Commission can tell you what the dimensions need to be to prevent something from becoming a choking hazard. And I'm going to leave that with you. I'm not going to give you any dimensions that I'm working with. Please don't try and work them out from anything. Just look them up. What I'm going to do is create a ball that is proportional. That's it. Now I'm going to hollow. These are the hollowing tools I use. I have no idea where I got them. Got them a long time ago. I made the handles for them myself. They're just 1/4 inch 5/16 rod stock, high speed steel. Ground away, make these yourself. And I didn't make these myself. When I was pricing high-speed steel, I found these for not much more than the price of high-speed steel, so I bought them. They work fine. Tape is on there from the last one these that I made. view of this, wouldn't you? View. Done is I've undercut because this needs to stay the diameter it is or I have to start over. I could have drilled a hole all the way to the bottom, and sometimes I do, but I'm trying so hard to remember that I'm turning on the camera rather than just by myself, so it didn't occur to me to do it again. It's not a habit, I guess, or I would have done it without thinking. It's not necessary. It makes it faster. That surface is going to be pretty rough inside to start with. That's okay. Just like a regular hollow vessel, you have to stop every once in a while and clear chips. But because you're working in such an enclosed space, you don't have much time between cleanings. Alright, I have a very special tool to measure the wall thickness. Coat hanger. So it's about half that distance right now. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, we're getting there. You can't measure too often. It's not too big a deal if you break through the side. Got a flat spot. Because we've got more wood to work with here. But it's kind of a pain having to start over. Make sure that's pretty good. So it's about 1/4 of an inch, slightly less than 1/4, a fat 1/4 inch, a thin 1/4 inch. That's a thin 1/4 inch. too bad. Not a perfect sphere. It doesn't have to be. It's a toy. It's for a kid. Parents are going to love it. The baby's going to love it. Be great. Alright, I'm checking to make sure that the curves flow, which I usually get lucky. That looks pretty good. You think it's large, but it needs to be large, otherwise it's a choking hazard. Alright, now we very carefully we're going to get it off of there. There it is here. The less nerve-wracking it is when you finally have to turn it around, because that's what we've got to do. Tool. Be very careful here. Go slow. Get a catch. That's close enough. My nerve, more than my nerve can take. Put it that way. Sand the end. Check for defects. Use your eyes and your fingers. Alright, it's now the next day. I've epoxied the ball onto the stem. I used popcorn kernels inside. Coated BLO, and it's finished. Kids love them. Parents love them. Thanks for watching.